the free state of Florida to come out here and support what I think is the best ticket in the entire country. When they win, are we gonna call it MAGA-zona? Or are we gonna call it Kari-zona?
Arizona is the most hotly contested state in the midterm elections. Longtime news anchor and first-time gubernatorial candidate Kari Lake has been painted by the national media as the face of election denial. I wanted to get an inside perspective on the Kari Lake phenomenon, so I flew out to Phoenix to hear from Kari herself and Arizona voters.
Now, they all claim that we're domestic terrorists. They're calling me, saying that we're spreading white supremacy views. Let me tell you, I'm the son of Syrian immigrants, and I look around here. Look at this. America's e pluribus unum, out of many one, right?
Yo nací en Colombia, pero soy americana ante todo. Y yo sé lo que es estar en un comunismo. Nuestros países en Latinoamérica están perdidos completamente. Así es que nosotros no podemos dejar que esto pase en nuestro país aquí.
When I walk into the floor of the United States Senate, I walk into the most narrowly divided United States Senate we've had in U.S. history over this duration. It's 50-50. When the Senate is tied 50-50, who breaks the tie? The Vice President comes down and breaks the tie. Kamala Harris has broken more ties than all but 2 vice presidents in our nation's history. We've had 49 vice presidents in our nation's history. Rather than having Kamala Harris break the ties, how about we elect Blake Masters and we'll be no more ties?
It's the best you can do, but I think it's going to work.
I mean, it's his future, their future, my granddaughter's future that's at stake now. The border, the reckless spending, the fentanyl is outrageous, out of hand. It's worse than heroin. It's worse than half the drugs that have ever come in. You need to start prosecuting these people instead of letting them out of jail.
And close the border. They need to close the border. It's ridiculous.
It needs to change, and these 4 are going to do it.
Yeah.
This fentanyl pandemic in my community here, we don't have no rehabilitation centers. Democrats have told us for so many years what they promised us and what they was going to do. Year after year, election after election, we hear the same thing.
Yes.
No change.
Action. No action. The crime here is high. Our police department is down 500 police officers.
The other day I had a break-in at my restaurant. I called the police. They told me it was going to take 2 to 3 hours to come out. No, we need more police in the community.
And it is a lie that Hispanic and blacks don't want police officers. I'm from Dominican Republic, I'm an immigrant, I'm a black woman, Hispanic, in all the 9 yards, and we want police officers. So when they label saying that Hispanic and black don't want police officers, that's creating division. That is a lie.
Things are going on. That is the most important thing.
Get us in there. See you soon. So great to see you. Yeah, of course.
Why pause my successful business career? Because I saw what Joe Biden and Mark Kelly were doing to this country, right? I am a father of 3 young boys. They're 8, 6, and 2. I've worked hard. I've succeeded. In some relative sense, my boys will be fine, right? I've been, blessed. But on an absolute sense, like, what kind of country are these boys on track to grow up in, right? I want everybody's kids and grandkids to actually live in a country that works and an America that we still recognize. Well, Biden, Mark Kelly, they're taking that away from us.
What are your main priorities going to be day 1 in the Senate?
Stop inflation and secure the border.
Okay, so when you say stop inflation, what would be the steps to do that? What
well,
policies?
Just by winning, right? Just by getting the House and the Senate back, we can immediately put the brakes on Biden's inflation, right? Again, they threw open our southern border. They welcome 300,000 illegal immigrants every month. It's not just the people, the fentanyl. We're losing 100,000 people, mostly young Americans, every year to fentanyl. And those numbers are just going way up. Mark Kelly, he's not doing a damn thing to stop it. It makes me sick. It's killing our kids. So as soon as we secure that border and stop inflation, we have to meaningfully restrain big tech. I understand big tech better than any other candidate, actually better than any sitting senator right now. Call me old-fashioned. I think the American people should determine who the president's going to be, not Google, not Facebook, not multi-billion-dollar multinational corporations.
Kari Lake was a local anchor in Arizona for decades. She resigned in 2021 with a viral video denouncing what she described as corruption in the news media. An endorsement from Donald Trump in September of 2021 propelled her to victory in the GOP primary. Since then, she's become the target of the media machine she was once part of.
Arizona, it is time for Governor Kari Lake.
Hello, Arizona. 522 days, I swear I'm not counting, on the campaign trail. 522 days across this gorgeous state, meeting with the most amazing people that I could ever dream of working for.
It's been such a blessing from God. I can't even describe it any other way, to be face to face with people. And they know me. I feel that I know them as well. I've been in their homes for 27 years as a fair and honest journalist and news anchor, and now it's been wonderful to reconnect with the people face to face and talk about the issues that are affecting their lives.
I want to tell you what I want to do for Arizona, and I think after 522 days, you know, we are going to secure that border starting on day 1 in January 2020. We're going to take back the material down on the border that we paid for, and we're going to finish President Trump's wall. Who's for that?
We have a border that's wide open, fentanyl pouring in, killing 100,000 young people, and next year probably more. Elections that are corrupt and have issues have serious consequences, and we can't just look the other way and act like that didn't happen.
You've got to go in there, you've got to mark Republican, write down that ticket, and then go out and wait for the election results to come in. And it might take 10 days because we're still Arizona, but I vow to you, when I take office, we will reform our elections and restore honest, transparent elections in Arizona.
We know there were major problems. We had a forensic audit. The media doesn't want to cover that audit. But when I go out to events and I ask people, do you want reforms to your elections so that you know on election night the results, the crowd goes crazy. People want election reform that leads to transparent, fair, and honest elections. And we're going to bring that.
Everything is on the line Tuesday. I cannot say that enough. What happens in Arizona is either going to save this country or we're going to go into ruins. We have to get out and vote like our lives depend on it. Get up early, bring some food, bring some water, bring a like-minded friend, and don't get out of line until you cast your vote. Who's ready to do that?
As dark as it seems right now, I believe that with our policies and the people behind us, our greatest and best days are ahead. I think America's watching us because they have felt very despondent the last couple of years. Every time they speak out and try to point out what's going wrong or an issue, they get canceled online. Then you have a candidate like me standing up and saying, you don't have to be quiet. Once you walk through fear and got to the other side, you're like, I'm just not afraid of anything. There's a definite, palpable something happening in Arizona, and I think it's spreading across the country. And if I'm just a small part of it, I'm thrilled about that.